Hello everyone, welcome to Digimon Explained. My name is Jesse, and in this video we're going to be discussing the Digivolution line of perhaps the most known puppet Digimon in the franchise, Etemon. Certainly one of my favorite out there for various reasons. Unpredictable, weird but in a positive way, and with a tendency to bend rules into its own favor. We will get into it. What I noticed about Etemon is that it doesn't really have a confirmed rookie form. Sure, some claim that Monmon would be its rookie form. I think it's a bit of a stretch. I mean, I do get the link, both are monkey related, but I'm not sure about Monmon being a proper rookie form for Etemon. In a previous video we discussed why GORILLAMON and Monmon would be best to be put in a similar Digivolution line. Both are of the monkey/gorilla family and both carry weapons. I won't get into the details, but make sure to check the video out if you haven't already. Link towards it is in the description box. While we may not have a confirmed rookie for Etemon, we do have a champion Digimon with the most physically striking resemblance to it, along with other similarities like being of the virus attribute and of the puppet type. I'm talking about Targetmon. Now before I even continue exploring Targetmon, I do want to stop by one thing. You see, most, if not all Digimon are linked to a Digimon type that will ultimately relate them to one of the 10 legendary warriors who pass down their powers to specific types of Digimon. Take Ancient Beetlemon, who gave its ability to control thunder to Insect Digimon, which explains why many Insect Digimon have electric attacks. And these types would later on continue to evolve and gain different abilities, but sometimes also lose certain abilities. I have no idea how Puppet Digimon came to be, nor where their powers might come from. Which 10 legendary warrior might be the one responsible for the emergence of the puppet type Digimon? It's quite hard to pinpoint all of that. And what makes it especially difficult is that Puppet Digimon don't have trademark abilities. Ancient Greymon gave its flame to Dragon Digimon, and many of them have the ability to use flame-based attacks. Puppet Digimon show the most variety in attacks, making it very difficult to even give them certain attributes. For example, Porcupamon's special move is to stab the opponent with its pointed body hairs, which are in fact special razor material. Warumonzamon has the ability to give everything a dark mood and depresses them, making the opponent's feeling become dark and sorrowful so that they completely lose their fighting spirit. And with Targetmon, along with its digivolved forms, they also have completely different attacks compared to all other puppet Digimon. And just look at its appearance. It has a flaming tip on top of its head, a bit like the Pokemon Charmander with its tail. And the thing is, Targetmon can't even use fire attacks. So we will certainly have to get deeper into puppet type Digimon because they are quite odd, which makes them all the more interesting. So who is Targetmon? The origin of its name is, I would say, the most interesting so far. Targetmon is based on Target Nishizawa, an employee at Bandai. You know, they could make a Digimon about me. Targetmon is an obstinate species Digimon of the virus type, meaning it loves to chase after power and loves to be the top dog everywhere it goes. An attitude that is quite typical throughout the Digivolution line, you will see. Truth is that its desire to be the top dog sometimes causes it to lose control of itself and charges the opponent. However, no matter what mood swings it can have, no matter whether it became depressed after losing, Targetmon is quite tough and can revive itself over and over with a serenade in its heart. Quite interesting. On the one hand, actually both hands, Targetmon is equipped with sneakers it seems to have mistakenly put on both hands. With those, it repeatedly strikes and performs humiliating attacks on the opponents. These sneakers can generate electricity inside them. So, from the flame on top of its head to the electricity on its hands, or well, rather shoes, this is the reason why I say that puppet Digimon are very unique. On the other hand, it is equipped with the extremely wide-angle, high-resolution Yaremasu Gurasan with blue correction, which reliably lock onto the desired target without missing. These glasses will change into a pair of black sunglasses once it digivolves into its ultimate form, Etemon, an unidentified Digimon. There is no idea how Targetmon got to digivolve into this one. All that is known is that Etemon suddenly appeared in the digital world, and on top of that, it has the audacity to call itself King of Digimon. Maybe some development information. Etemon was created as an homage to Digimonkey, a character in the weekly Shonen Jump who would promote Digimon around Japan enthusiastically whilst in a monkey costume. And his way of promoting translated perfectly into Etemon, as one of its trademark moves is to use its voice to break the opponent's heart, making their fighting spirit vanish. So Etemon, the King of Digimon as it calls itself, can use its voice to influence those who hear it. Etemon's voice is probably among the reasons why it ended up making some rivals along the way. It became a close rival of Volcamon, an android Digimon, with a deafening voice shaking the atmosphere and causes the earth to tremble. Aside of Etemon singing, it is an excellent close-range combatant with fighting strength beyond imagination. From punches to kicks. On top of that, it has the ability to attack using a dark sphere that consumes everything it touches. Again, a quite unique skill set. In fact, so unique that it might be the only Digimon who punched someone so hard that it made it change of Digimon attributes. Dadamon was once a vaccine Digimon used to restore crashed computers, but after it was attacked by a strong virus Digimon, which is high probably Etemon, its logic circuits were destroyed and began running wild. It changed to become a virus attribute Digimon. It is rumored that Etemon pulls the strings of the mysterious Digimon Monzaemon, yet another puppet Digimon that is also quite mysterious, especially when you take a look at its various Digivolution forms. We will get into it. Though it doesn't explain why Etemon has a Monzaemon toy attached to the right side of its waist. But interestingly, both Monzaemon and Etemon do have quite a few stuff in common. For example, it is rumored that there is someone within Monzaemon. In other words, the yellow teddy bear we all see is only a suit. And Etemon is also said to be dressed, but in a reinforced monkey suit, which can endure every attack. This probably made Etemon gain a lot of confidence as it bustles about the whole world for the sake of its unending battles. So Etemon is certainly a very versatile and skilled character, and on top of that, it is quite smart and well organized. It is in the possession of something called the Dark Network, Etemon's main source of power and influence, as well as its trump card. The Dark Network is located on Server Continent, widespread all across the large desert which comprises Etemon's domain. With that, Etemon can strike or monitor its enemies from afar. In Digimon Season 1, Etemon fused with the Dark Network and gained enhanced powers. It's a bit hard to tell how powerful it was while being fused with it, but what we can tell, by looking at Digimon Season 1 that is that in a clash with MetalGreymon, Etemon lost, and it resulted in it being cast into a limbo-like space. As the Dark Network remained, its power, combined with Etemon's rage, triggered its Digivolution into Metal Etemon. And what's extremely interesting about Metal Etemon is that it isn't a puppet Digimon anymore. It now became an android Digimon, and despite being an android Digimon, Metal Etemon doesn't seem to be entirely under the rule of robotics in terms of personality. In fact, it still has its same claims of being King of Digimon. In a way, it was able to sort of combine itself along with technology. For example, it is said that it went out to fight harsh battles in order to search out a mighty person, presumably when it was an Etemon. Though it was able to acquire valuable combat data, it was also considerably injured due to the constant battles. Because of it, it decided to study its own weaknesses from the data acquired through battling and has now been perfectly reborn as an ultimate combat machine by fully metallizing itself. With this change, its combat abilities have been raised to their maximum, giving birth to an invincible fighter who was once called the strongest Digimon. With a body surface that has a full coating of the Chrondigizoit metal used by a metal species Digimon, we did discuss previously what Chrondigizoit is all about, link towards the video is in the description box, Etemon acquired strong and dirty style wrestling skills. An excellent close range combatant. From wrestling skills to kicks and punches, it can also call down dark lightning made from negative energy. It can still sing songs that cause an opponent to lose the will to fight, and its opponent would need an object made of Chrondigizoid if it would hope to at least have a chance to stop it. Very, very, very powerful a Digimon. And it is said that the WarioMonzamon plush toy it wears on its waist is one given by WarioMonzamon itself, who is on good terms with MetalGreymon. Let me take you back to Etemon. You see, Etemon is an ultimate level Digimon who only digivolved into MetalGreymon via artificial means, meaning by fusing itself with the Dark Network. If Etemon were to take a more natural approach, it is more likely to digivolve into King Etemon, who isn't of the android type like MetalGreymon, but is now of the puppet type, like Etemon and Targetmon before it. And I must say that King Etemon is the logical follow-up of Etemon. It still styles itself among other Etemon as the King of Etemon, and in fact, it gets even more carried away, calling itself the King of Kings. Its monkey suit is now engraved with the Japanese characters Great King on its chest. Its wrestling belt bears the crest of courage, which I have to hand it to King Etemon. It is quite courageous to walk around in hostile environments, convinced that you are a king, while trying to spread the message despite having so many Digimon around looking at you in disbelief. While there is no confirmed teamwork between King Etemon and WarioMonzamon anymore, it did gain a new ally. It partnered with Prince Mamemon, who is the sovereign of the Mamemon species, who exist in great numbers and different forms. Prince Mamemon was incited by King Etemon, and both of them are now playing a part of a mock royal family of the digital world. In other words, King Etemon convinced the prince that it is a member of the Royal Knights, and the embarrassing thing is that Prince Mamemon now even considers even the Royal Knights to be its subordinates. Unfortunately, King Etemon didn't get a well-diversified offensive and defensive skill set. The only thing it does is putting up a false show that cripples the opponent's fighting spirit or perform an explosive kick. What's interesting is that in the pictures we can see him hold a sphere of unknown powers. We don't know what it might do. I do, however, see King Etemon easily become lethal when it cooperates with Prince Mamemon. For reasons I do like the two working together, and being unpredictable and underestimated could be their biggest asset. And if King Etemon could make use of another thing like the Dark Network, they could certainly have a big sphere of influence, don't you think? Hey guys, this is the end of the video. Good that Etemon was now put into the spotlight. I always liked the Digimon. It looked like one who had so much to offer. And I like that it is part of the puppet type Digimon, a type that is quite difficult to explain. So I'm actually going to count on you guys to write down what you believe puppet type Digimon are all about and what their source of power could be, because it's quite difficult to define them. Which reminds me, I did mention the Digimon Huanglong in one of the previous videos. Huanglong is a puppet Digimon but with angelic roots. Originally, it was an angel species Digimon, but it committed a crime that incurred the wrath of Ophanimon and was therefore banished from heaven. And that's when it took on this appearance, the appearance of a feminine Digimon clothed in a pig costume. Doesn't that make it even more confusing about the whole story behind puppet Digimon? Anyway, guys, make sure to comment and drop a like to help this channel survive the YouTube algorithm. And make sure to subscribe. And if you are new, know that all Digimon videos on this channel are placed in constantly updated playlists. That way you can easily catch up on newer and older videos.